Hello, 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 hello. Um, are we live? Let's see, are we live? If we are live, spam banana in the chat. But you did get pinged for this, so we are gonna start. Welcome, everyone from every corner of the world. Welcome to Four Taiko World Cup. If you guys are listening to this, I think you guys are. Yeah, this is some showcase time. Some really nice showcase time.
Yeah, I am Setosis or Ham. I'm gonna be joining you guys. Admittedly, I play a lot more 1P than Taiko, but I think I'm probably able to give some good feedback, some good reactions here. I just woke up. Let's do this.
Yeah, Cytosis is a very good composer. He's a very good 1-key player. Wait, are you the guy that did the 1-key Aether Ritual play? Or is that someone else?
I mean, I did an Aether Ritual play. I don't think it was with 1-key.
Oh, but yeah. Besides that, also check out his work. He's a very good composer. Very good guy. I love playing maps that are of his songs. They're very
Appreciate
good.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, but you know what we're all here for? It is quarterfinals. No more round of XXXX, okay? No more round of 32. Round of 16, we are in quarterfinals now. It is gonna get tense from here on out. And with that, a harder pool. And, you know, more tense matches to come. So, yeah, let's get started. Starting off with Nomad 1. But
we may or may not start off with Nomad. Oh, we got this.
Oh, we are starting off, and this is by Clowne. Wow, I wonder who replayed this. I do know. Do you guys know? You guys probably don't know. I do know though. But yeah, this is Gosei Saki no Shindaro. This is Nomad 1. It is definitely still the simplest map in the pool as Nomad 1 does go. It is a little faster, a little more dense. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, 200. This is like, without looking at the full sheet, this is around 200 BPM. So, a little more tense as we are going further and further into this tournament. Nomad 1 might not be a free map for some of you guys. But you can tell, the patterns, it is pretty dense. We're gonna have to go through these 9 splits, some doublets as well, because you don't really catch that on guard, you might actually choke on that. I think, with the earlier picks, you might have, just assessed your way through it, but I think this time around, you really do have to really be a specialist in consistency starting now. I think for some people, this might still be easy, but,
Definitely getting to that area where it might be throwing some people off, especially with some of these patterns. You gotta be, practicing this. You cannot just show up. A little bit of these doubles, these denser patterns. A healthy dose of SB just for fun. I want to point out that this song also goes very hard.
It actually does.
I'm gonna definitely be checking this out and putting it on a playlist after the showcase. Getting some crazy density going on in here.
But yeah, that is going to be the break. 3/4 into the map. You really do not want to break before this. I think this break does take up a big portion of the map, actually, so... And yeah, here's the last PI.
Sometimes
I do have to say though, wait.
I was just gonna say, sometimes when it's that late in the map, you know, the break can do more harm than good. When you see your opponent score, if you're really close, it just makes you so nervous that, you know, you could end up missing just from the nerves.
Yeah, and also, yeah, these doublets are really relentless. You just see them throughout the entire map, so... Yeah, you think you see them, like, once in a couple... Yeah, you know, once in a while, no, they're really across the entire map. You really need to really concentrate on that, because... You know, regardless of what playstyle you are, you know, doublets really do trip up everyone. And it's like, not even exaggeration, it really does trip up everyone. But yeah, that is Nomad 1, and, you know, some of you might think it might be the easiest map. The next one might not just be. It is going to be the tech pick, as you guys might know. And yeah, here's Nobody Knows Eden. So yeah, about this map, it is 170 BPM. It is 170 BPM. It is a little more complex in the snappings, as you can tell. There are some more 1/6s, as you saw just before. But yeah, a lot of finger control. If you're not good at finger control, this might not be the pick for you. But if you want a quick reference on how fast these 1/6 bursts are, it's about approximately 250. It's about 250 if you count it as 1/4. It's like 250, 1/4. So yeah, a little fast, a little fast. It's about as fast as the speed picks regularly.
Isn't Nomad 2 usually a speed pick?
Yeah, it is usually speed pick, but in this tournament, it is finger control.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the one thing to really point out, it might not really seem that big, but yeah, those 1/6 doublets that follow the 1/4 Dawn pattern, yeah, the lone 1/4 Dawn, like that is really, really hard. That is really hard. You can you can of course get away with it with, you know, middling act, but you know, even in the stage of the tournament, you might not want to afford these accuracy drops. If you're semi-ult, I mean, it's still very, very awkward. Still playing on your second note on the same hand, it's, you know, even if you do roll and stuff, it is very, very awkward. And yeah, overall, this map is just designed to be awkward. As it should be, as we are ramping up the difficulty. Oh my god!
Oh, you know, the patterning on that was nothing too crazy. Doable.
Yeah, one thing you can really like point out from this is definitely, you know, there are a lot of points in this map that everyone can do, but you know, difficulty staggers, you know, it staggers over time. There are a lot of parts where it really separates the good players from, you know, like the best of the best. And you can really tell from that, you know, that 1/6 burst to, you know, some of these really awkward 1/6 patterns. Yeah, this is definitely a map you do not want to mess on. Like, it is very, very, very tricky.
Yeah.
And it is going to continue to be like that.
A lot of like syncopated rhythms, stuff that is not starting directly on the beat, which I love. That's like the best type of map, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nomad 3, we got a 1
we're gonna
million
move on,
score.
yeah. Yeah, 1 million score. This is Nomad 3. This is, yeah, by Hex, is a custom map. And it's been modded. It's been modded by me and David. And we would personally think, yeah, they come out very well. I'm pretty proud of this. And I think, yeah, Hex is pretty proud of how this ended out too. and of course David. But
What
yeah,
is this, like 270?
this is 256. So yeah, much faster than last week and the week before, which both of them were actually, I think, around 240. I think the first stage was actually 235. So yeah, a little big of a jump, but yeah, long anticipated, as we are really getting into like true speed now.
Not hurt to have a bit of a break here.
And yeah, here's the last PI. Does get a lot more dense here. But yeah, that is the end of No Mod 3. Very, very stamina heavy towards the end of the map, but yeah, definitely does favor people who play a lot of this kind of stuff. You know, speedier picks, high BPM. And yeah, overall, me and the rest of the crew definitely think this is going to be one of the more fun maps. But here's No Mod 4. Here is the gimmick. I would say this is probably the first real gimmick. You can probably tell if you play tournaments how this is going to end up. Yup, and gonna be starting off with bracket gimmicks, or line gimmicks. I mean, so yeah, the thicker ones are cats. The thinner ones are dons. If you, it's not the beginning, so.
That's a pretty cool gimmick. I do think it would be really funny to see somebody try to sight read this in match.
But yeah, this is definitely still pretty tame in terms of gimmicks, but you can definitely tell this is going to be much more different than what you've played so far in this tournament. And yeah, you definitely do have to practice this if you're not familiar with barlink gimmicks. And yeah, I think the biggest part about this map is definitely how often it does alternate between normal gameplay and the gimmick. So yeah, really, really fun map just by looking at this. And yeah, it's a map by Cookie Tree. I think this is custom as well. And yeah, pretty nice map. But we are going to move on to No Mod 5. This is going to be, yeah, the stream map. I don't really know what BPM this is, but this is the stream map, so. And yeah, you can definitely tell how this map is going to go. It is, yeah, slower than Nomad 1, it's slower than Nomad 1, about the same speed as a Nomad 2. But you can definitely tell, this is a stream map, so it's going to really be about that consistency. If you know anything about streams and tournaments, you mess up, you know, more often than not, it's pretty much game over for your team, so it really does come down to the individual strength of, you know, everyone. And you can tell from these patterns as well. You have, yeah, triplet D and K patterns, like, in the streams, that can really trip up people, especially when you're starting on the on-hand. Going into these even patterns after, it is really going to be really tough for these consistency players, and especially people who, you know, struggle on recovering from misses. This is going to be a crucial map to really nail down. But yeah, that is it for Nomad 5. Not the longest map, but probably will take an eternity to play through. It is very, very dense.
That one definitely seems like one of those maps where, like, you gotta have that nerve control, just because you need to be that consistent, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely the case for most stream maps, especially, yeah, ones that, you know, pull these kinds of irregular patterns. But Nomad 6 here is going to be, yeah, a she map. Is going to be she map and semi-tech. So if you guys are not really familiar with this kind of stuff, it is kind of like a mix of everything. It's kind of a mix of everything. Kind of favors, you know, all-rounders and people who are, you know, just good players in general. And does definitely punish those who do one trick. And you can definitely tell. I think the main thing to know about the kind of tech here is, yeah, definitely the 1/6. I mean 1/3. The 1/3 is definitely something you do not really see in the Nomad 2. It is tested more here. And not to mention, there are some 1/8s, like here and there, so, if I'm not mistaken. But it is also pretty fast. It is also pretty fast, though.
Pretty fast. I saw like a 1/6 directly into a 1/8, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. But yeah, that is, yeah, mostly what 1/6 is about. Be right back. I'm gonna switch to my laptop because my phone is kind of fucked up.
All right, this is Hidden One, and I am not as good of a caster as he is, so you guys are stuck with me for a second. You know, we're seeing just the mostly consistency stuff. Alright, you're back to save me.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, this is Hidden One. Yeah.
crazy in there. Just another one of those consistency picks. Looks like we have lost the other caster again. This is bad news for me, let me tell y'all. But as far as this map goes, you know, it's looking like we're not really getting anything too crazy in terms of rhythms. It's just, you know, a lot of density, a lot of consistency at a relatively moderate BPM. Practice this, you should be able to nail it. Just keep your nerves under control and should be able to power through this if you are a hidden player. No curveballs, I'd say pretty consistent difficulty there. Had a couple of breaks, but relatively even and balanced pick that we are looking at there. So yeah, I do love this artist. This is Sennen no Kotowari by Nekomata Master, who makes a lot of pretty cool music, I'd say. Gotta get that ghost tapping in there. Gotta respect that. A little bit of doublets in there. Like a lot of doublets in there. Pretty fun. And even some 1/6. We might have another caster joining us so that I'm not soloing because I don't know what I'm doing. We have Solek Lips with us.
Hello. So this is Hidden 2. This is the lower SV pick. This one requires a lot more reading ability out of Hidden players than what Hidden 1 would. And as you can see, it requires just a bit more rhythm skill as well. But luckily we do have Banana Player coming in clutch with the replay.
Thank you. I am not meant for solo. I do not know enough about Taiko to solo here.
No worries, you're doing great. We're now moving on to Hard Rock 1. This is the Techie Ack pick, and Techie Ack it is. You know a Hard Rock pick is good when the name of the map and the difficulty are single letters. A little nice intro to get you in there. And then you'll start to see the 1/6 come in. It is very easy to pick up 100s right here. But that's where you really got to pay a lot of attention. Those it goes like 1/3 into the 1/6.
Ooh. Some like offhand patterns and stuff. We're going crazy here.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, more dense rhythms going on. We're throwing in plenty of 1/6.
Even in the slower sections, the rhythms are not as simple as being just, you know, 1/2s. They're mixing in 1/3, 1/4. So you got to pay a lot of attention even in the slow bits, or you'll get caught off guard and get 100. The kiai is unironically the most comfortable part of the song to act. And then it gets difficult again.
Yeah, you're like not entirely sure how to describe it, but like 3 triplet notes instead of like the standard 4 that we're seeing a lot here. Pretty interesting, starting kind of like offbeat on some of these
Yeah,
cool
no,
rhythms.
there's a lot to you definitely don't want to be sight reading that map. Let's just say that for sure.
Some stuff to get used to in there. We have a song by Wieners.
The music is being saved, guys. This is a very base Hard Rock 2. Hard Rock 2 is very high SV reading, generally accompanied by high BPM, although so far all of the maps have been around 200 BPM, and then they just have slider velocity that ups it to about, you know, I think on this map it goes up to 220, maybe a little higher than that, 230. But yeah.
Yeah, at this point it gets a little hard for me to see what's going on. Trying to track it gives me a bit of a headache, so leave this one up to you.
Yeah, I will say most of the patterns in this aren't really anything that'll catch a really comfortable hard rock player off guard. But if this is at the upper limit of your reading ability, there's definitely a pattern or two that, you know, you won't really be expecting. I think there's like a KKKDK or something in there that's just a little weird, but it is a banger accompanied by high SV. What else could you ask for?
See it if I make the window really small.
You're
It's
learning the resolution skill for 3 players.
Oh yeah, I think Backfire is a 4-3 player.
Yeah.
A little
Everyone,
bit of a longer string there.
yeah. Everyone says resolution makes game easier or harder, but I think it's just comfort. But yeah,
Well,
that's,
that was fast.
yeah, that's definitely the highest SV you're gonna see out of a mod pick until we just get a little later into the pool. You'll see what we got cooked up for y'all. But now we're on DT1. This is I believe a custom pick by Nas, and it is accuracy test. A little bit of techie rhythm thrown in there for good measure.
Past 1/6.
Spinner jump scares for sure.
How about a double jump scare? So definitely a variety of different tricks being thrown at you in this map. We had a little bit of doublets there, a little bit of 1-6, a little bit of SV, although it was light SV, but still.
There's also a
Spices it up.
good number of patterns thrown in there that they're all varied pretty heavily, so you got to be paying quite a good bit of attention on those longer patterns that you don't just kind of muscle memory and accidentally play a previous pattern. With this being DT and more on the OD pick side, if you're not prepared for snapping changes, honestly, it's pretty easy to miss just out of, playing too quickly or too slowly. So you want to make sure you're kind of comfy in the pocket in order to keep combo.
Into much of a rhythm with these patterns either, even though it's all quarters and eighth notes. It's constantly changing it up. I guess you can get into a rhythm, not too comfortable with it.
Yeah, I would honestly fair to say that this leans more towards reading than tech, just because of the density and the patterns involved. So definitely a really good DT1. Thank you, Nas.
Silly and fun. Who here loves to be silly?
Now we have the DT2. DT2 is 263 BPM, I believe OD 5.3, and finisher heavy because, what is a DT without finishers, right? Little 1/3 jump scare in there. It'd be very easy to not recognize that and actually just play it as 1/4, which I did that once and it didn't miss, so I don't think it's too strict, but yeah.
Mess up your mojo though.
Now
That's the main
that
danger.
yeah, for sure. That part right there, that little cat finisher Don cat, that will get you if you're not prepared. It is very hard to hit on a whim. We also got a fair amount of doubles in there to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, specifically those double patterns where it's like that last note into the beat. Those are just fun to play. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty dense here.
Yes, classic DT2. Nothing too silly, but just silly enough. You know what I mean?
It's fast, it's dense, but nothing too uncomfortable. Another 1 million.
This is the Comfy mod, free mod 1 in the pool. So this is one that for 2 mod players, or really strong, or even if you're not really strong at a single mod, you should be pretty comfortable picking one of those for this map. I'm not sure what the peak SV is with Hard Rock, but it's nothing ridiculous. There are a few finisher jump scares with Hard Rock, though. Now, I will say that SV change right there with the 1/6. That one's a little hard if you're not ready for it. If you haven't played this map before, you'll likely miss there.
This looks relatively comfortable. Not much to say, nothing too crazy dense, too crazy technical. Just straightforward.
Yeah, those like 1/6 in the streams there's a couple of them that are a little weird to hit, but there aren't really any patterns that players of 4TWC caliber shouldn't have at least seen before.
Yeah, wasn't like a weird place to put a 1/6. It was pretty sensible.
Yeah. And now we are at the anti-mod free mod. And boy howdy, if anybody can 2-mod this, I will give you a big hug. I don't know what I'll give you. A big hug for sure, though.
I'll give you some like raw cookie dough. I have a little left over in my fridge.
I would very much enjoy that. This map, I could not 2-mod it for the life of me. It was very hard.
2-mod it if the mods were halftime and
with this map, HRHD is borderline impossible. I honestly think it's HD favor despite all of the overlaps. If any HD players in the house want to kind of confirm my suspicion, I think HD is a little easier on this map than Hard Rock. Which is very rare for an anti-mod, if you ask me. Oh, wait, I need to do something real quick. Yeah, that ending is a lot of finishers, a lot of density in that map. You gotta be very well prepared. Anyone who risks modding that map, I heavily applaud you. That map is very, very difficult.
oh, this is a good song.
Now we have my tiebreaker. Falling on deaf ears. I need to upload it mid showcase. It's got kind of a simple beginning, a little bit of an act test with some snapping changes and whatnot. And then, of course, a slow section because you got to get the nerves riled up. Otherwise, it's not a good tiebreaker, right?
Yeah, I would assume, for this song specifically,